See if Mike can get it on the first try. Here we go.
Before you came over here to this amazing corner office with the Lincoln Memorial, you were history's first White House Director of Digital Strategy. What's going on in the picture over your shoulder?
That's in Newton, Iowa. He was just figuring out what a twoosh was.
That's the perfect tweet.
That's the perfect tweet.
tweet.
What's it called?
A twoosh.
A twoosh.
What tweet has gotten the most retweets, favorites?
Can you hand me the cross-stitch thing here? So this was
Oh,
given
this
to
is
me by one of my old colleagues. She cross-stitched a tweet. We were doing a chat on.
And this was at the White House.
This was at the White House. Brian Deese was answering a lot of questions about economic policy, and someone on Twitter said, "Oh, this is really boring." And so we responded, "Sorry to hear that. Fiscal policy is important, but can be dry sometimes. Here's something more fun." And we rickrolled them.
The holy grail for you, for us, is viral content.
Yeah, one of the more popular responses we had was about whether or not we were going to build a Death Star, which of course we're not going to do, because why would you build something a single fighter could take down? I think part of it is having a sense of humor. You deal with an incredible variety of serious issues. Talking about serious issues, but also having a little bit of fun. Well, that's part of the challenge.
Ukraine has been a huge test drive for digital diplomacy.
One of the things that we saw perform really well last week was 10 minutes. See, that was a new step for the State Department to engage directly in fact-checking those issues. And as a result, we saw a lot of attention to it. And it's really important for us that we're correcting the misinformation that's out there, but that we're also advancing a positive narrative that's happening in Ukraine with the new government.
Who's the audience for that?
When we're talking about the Ukraine, there's people on the ground there, particularly in Crimea. There's certainly an audience more internationally. And then there's also an audience here in the United States. My focus is mostly on foreign audiences. I wasn't coming in cold, particularly with my background from the White House, but I also came into a department that's been through quite a few of these international sort of situations already where the social media had a big accelerating impact. I'm able to add some value in terms of thinking creatively about content, what we saw work at the White House, and also understanding maybe some of the new models that are coming, like the crowdsourced mapping.
A State Department official said earlier, propaganda doesn't work well on the internet.
The idea of talking at people certainly doesn't work well in the sense that people want to be heard. And that's one of the fundamental strengths, I think, of the United States. We're built on a system of government that is responsive, that should be responsive. And when it isn't, is rightly criticized.
You have a standing desk that moves.
It lowers down. So
I don't think Secretary Rumsfeld had one of these.
Yeah. Well, the U.S. government does have DARPA.
Last thing, what's your guilty pleasure on the web?
Using Pinterest a little bit with my wife.
Wait, you're a dude who's on Pinterest?
I know. I'm a dude on Pinterest. And you know what? I don't feel guilty about that.